Welcome to Special Stage. We're in North Wales for round 4 of the 2015 REIS Ravenel BTRDA Rally Championship. Here's a look at the lineup for the Plains Rally.
So Ewan Thorburn is back after his victory at round 2, and he leads the field away ahead of championship favourite Dave Weston. Hugh Hunter and Charlie Payne are back after their round 3 non-finishes, and as always are joined by many more capable of a win here this weekend. Dave Weston comes into this round with a 10-point advantage over Stephen Petch in the championship standings. Paul Bird is currently 3rd but isn't here this weekend, and Dylan Davies continues his consistent pace to put him 4th overall after 3 rounds.
Ewan, you're looking to make it a hat-trick, I've heard.
Yeah, it's a plan anyway. Come to the rally to win, so weather's looking good, stage is always looking good down here, so looking forward to it.
Dave, the confidence must be really high after that victory in Somerset.
Yeah, it was good. It's a good rally here last year as well, so hopefully hopefully have a good day.
Hugh, looking forward to this.
Very much so, yeah. Stages are fantastic as always down here in Mid Wales. You know, amongst the best stages in the world, so always really nice to drive. So yeah, really looking forward to it.
You're looking forward to this event. I know you are. You've been testing. You're happy?
Yeah, we did some testing on Wednesday, just setting up the car really. So hopefully it should help. I've been frustrated so far this year because I'm always a bit steady out of the blocks on the first couple of stages, so I'm going to try and reverse that today, so I'm not playing catch-up all day.
Next up, we've got a new event in the calendar, the Carlisle Stages, but for now, it's familiar territory in North Wales for the Plains Rally as Ewan Thorburn looks to make it 3, and I'm pretty sure he won't have it all his own way. All the action right here at Special Stage. It starts now.
Just 6 stages for the crews today, starting with the shortest of the day. Dave Weston and Kirsty Riddick make the perfect start to the rally, taking a 2-second lead on the opening stage. However, that lead wouldn't last through stage 2. They have some time taken out of them to lie equal on times in that lead position.
How are the first 2 gone, Dave?
It was good. The first stage was loose on there, but I think we took 2 off you, and I think he took 2 off us on the second one. So we're
a battle all day by the looks of it.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
And it would indeed be a battle for the lead with Ewan Thorburn and Richard Cook. Having won this event 2 years in a row, our 2013 champion would be keen to make it 3, but the pace, as always in the BTRDA, has stepped up once again. And for now, it will be equal times with Subaru man Weston.
Ewan 2 down, happy?
Yeah, a bit rusty in the first one, it was really loose, so took it kind of steady through there, and the last one was a lot better, so I think we're on slightly too soft a compound tyre, so we'll change that and have a go this afternoon. So
you never take it steady. Cheers.
Thank you.
Hugh Hunter and Andy Marchbank will be looking for a good result here. A non-finish at the previous round in Somerset and missing the second round of the championship meant that their title chase was on the back foot. 3rd place here was a good start to round 4.
Hugh, you happy after the 2?
So. It's all right. I don't know, maybe 12 months out of gravel rallying has taken its toll. It wasn't the first one, was all right, it was very, very loose. The second one seemed to go okay, but the time wasn't there, so I don't know, we'll see. We'll keep going, push, hopefully get to the end.
Battling once again with the World Rally cars were Luke Francis and John Roberts. The pair lying in 4th at this early stage and with no problems, leading the way of course in the B13 class once again.
Luke, you were going for a push in those first 2, did it come off?
I think so, we're holding our own. The lads, the front runners have taken a lot of time out of us, but it's all uphill and a lot of hairpins, so yeah, we're happy to be where we are.
Carl and Guy Simmons end stage 2 in 5th, not having the most straightforward of mornings, with a small fuel pressure problem on stage 1, but it didn't seem to affect them too much. A good place to start the day.
having a good morning?
Not straightforward, to be honest, not like the Somerset. I had a fuel pressure problem on the first stage. I think the car went safe, so it was really steady. Second stage was nice and clean, but we think we've been given a time 30 seconds slower than we did. So, yeah, just keep pushing on as we are, neat and tidy, and get to the end. That's what it's about.
With stage 1 full of very big drops, Charlie Payne and Paul Spooner wouldn't want to be repeating their Somerset stages finish down one of them, so a cautious approach to the start of the event was taken. Even so, 6th place certainly wasn't taking it too easy.
Well, Charlie, the plan worked. You're here. How's the pace?
Just a little bit steady. I think we're not far away. Yeah, I feel a lot better now. I've done these 2 stages. Yeah, we'll settle down a bit now and see what we can do.
Sadly for Damien Cole and Jack Morton, it will be problems that ruin their chances of a good result. They have to pull over on stage 2 with hydraulic problems, losing a lot of time trying to find the problem and then limp the car back to service. They dropped right down the results after running in 9th overall after stage 1.
Flat left into right 1. Box has gone, Shep. Yeah, someone's gone there, like. Over here. Over there, to the right, all right, okay.
Jamie Anderson and John Scott end this morning's stages in 7th overall, still getting to grips with that car and the pace at the top of the championship, of course. The stall in stage 2 didn't help their times and certainly could have been the difference in a few places.
Jamie, the pace is getting better and better in this thing. How are the first 2 gone here?
We've had a bit of a rough start to the morning. We haven't really got to grips with it, really, to be honest with you, this morning. Don't know why, we just didn't feel right this morning. On stage 2 we had a stall on one of the hairpins, so we ended up dropping some time on there. But it's not over yet, is it? So we can only go from there.
Stephen Petch and Ian Winters didn't feel quite on the pace of the morning stages, and the times reflected it, ending stage 2 in 8th. But as was the case with these guys, the pace was often increased as the day went on. They move up the results.
100 flat, slippy ahead, care 2 right over small crest, don't cut, and 3 left plus continues for 100, tightens late, 2 right long flat, don't cut, 150.
How's your morning gone so far, Stephen?
All right, yeah, it was a lot tighter, twisty and slippier than I expected it to be after them first 2, but we're still here, it's no problem, so all right.
Dylan Davies and Leon Williams reached the end of the morning's loop in 9th. One of the best placings so far this season. The pair's consistency could now also be turning to speed. They could be ones to keep an eye on through the rest of the season.
Dylan, how are the first 2 gone?
Yeah, good, not too bad. We're getting a bit quicker, so that's a step in the right direction.
And a new face in the Gold Star now, but one you will certainly recognise, just as promised. Matthew Robinson and Kim Baker leave the Escort in the garage and bring out the Fiesta. It's 10th place for now, but a good start to their first BTRDA event in the car.
Matthew, are you driving it like an Escort?
No, we're taking it fairly steady, to be honest. Well, we don't want to rip any wheels off it or roll it just yet.
No, we can anyway.
We're trying to get a bit of mileage before we start and give it some welly, so that's what we're going to do. Went through there reasonable, it was all right. We never risked anything, but you know, I think we ought to get a rally or 2 under our belts before we try and break it.
Unfortunately for Tom Norton and Andy Mort, their event wasn't going too well. They start the day with 7th place on stage 1, leading the Group N fight, but a mistake on stage 2 would see them put the car on its roof. They continue, but had dropped down the results, of course.
Needless to say, the car's not looking too happy.
Started off well, but the car's not looking too good now. No, it's 5 mile an hour roll. It was my foot got stuck under the pedal. Actually, that was it. It's just went over. We was doing well. We took 5 seconds off the other guys in stage 1. And they've actually only took about 25 off me after the roll, so we're still going to go for it. We're going to have a real fight after the service, and we're going to see where we end up at the end of the day.
Good luck.
So with the problems for Norton, it will be the Group N advantage to Pat Naylor and Ian Lawrence. Happy to take the lead, of course, but not in the circumstances. But the pair do need a good finish for their championship hopes this weekend.
Problems up ahead, Pat. How have you been going?
We've had a steady start. It is a bit slippy out there. We need to get a good finish and really just concentrating on that. I know Thomas was well ahead of us, before his roll in that last stage. And he's still only a few seconds behind now. So he'll easily catch that back because I know what he's like. So we just got to concentrate on our event and crack on.
In some of the other classes, it will be 12th overall for Wayne Sisson and Neil Shanks, a place that sees them lying third in the B13 class at this stage, behind Dylan Davies. And sadly, there will be problems once again for Jim McNeil and Tony Bassett. They start the day 5th overall, but a turbo pipe coming loose in stage 2 means they drop right down to 27th on the leaderboard. Aaron McClure and Elliot Edmondson have a good start, lying second in the Group N battle at this stage. A cautious start to get back into things have paid off. Now they just had to increase the speed during the day. And rounding out the top of the Group N class were Paul Davey and Roger Allen. A good steady run for them with no drama. They lie just 4 seconds behind McClure. Sadly, we may only have had 2 stages so far, but we lose quite a few crews. Bob Keane and Andy Bull ending their event off the road in stage 2. And we'd also lose Pete Smith and Alan Walker. Throttle problems in stage 2 on the Metro. With Matthew Robinson missing from the Silver Star, it will be a very different mix of names at the top. And it will be Jamie Jukes and Dave Williams taking the early advantage here at round 4 with the Silver Star lead.
Well, fresh from a great result on the Manx, I'm sure you're brimming with confidence today.
I think there's probably an element of that for sure. Yeah, we absolutely love the Manx, and it's seat time is great, isn't it? So yeah, it's nice to come here. We had a good time and quickly, and we're struggling, Garth. You know, out the uphill hairpins always. You know, it's just we're scratching away. Not a good day for the rotavator, as Howard calls it. Yeah.
John Rowlands and Glenn Latham end this morning in second, which was surprising as the pair come out of stage 2 with the rear suspension damaged after a big impact on the stage. Hopefully the pair could repair it in service and carry on.
Yeah, we had a bit of a mishap on the first stage. Halfway in, I hit a big hole on the left hand. And as soon as I came to the end of the stage, I saw the back shock sticking out of the back. So I just, nursed it through the second stage. Hopefully welded up now in service, so we'll have a blast.
After their disappointing non-finish in Somerset, it will be third for Boyd Kershaw and Brian Hull. A cautious start, but not wanting to fall off any of the big drops in stage 1. A good place, though, to mount an attack for the rest of the day.
Boyd, I know you've been looking forward to this one.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a bit of a bummer on the Somerset, but back into it now. Yeah,
2 stages down. Good?
Not the first one. Too many cliffs. Yeah, I was looking down there instead of on the road, so I had a bit of a shocker, but that last stage was really good.
Problems for Ian Rowlands and Emir Hall in these stages. They have a good run in the first stage to lie in second, but a small and uncharacteristic roll in stage 2 means that the pair lose some time and reach service in 4th place. 25 seconds for them to make up in the afternoon to make that difference.
Yeah, and you seem to have lost your rear arch.
Yeah, we had some problem on the second stage there now. We've been trying some alterations with the suspension, a few tweaks here and there with the Proflex, and it didn't work, so I couldn't get the back end round, clip the front end, and we slow roll onto on his side. Spectators came there, push it back, and then carried on. Lost a bit of time, but not much. We'll try and gain it back now.
A bit of time, bit of bodywork, you can get the time back.
Well, hopefully there we've got some good stages later on here now, so a big push now to try and get it back.
Jody Bocott and David Millard didn't feel like things were going well, not feeling that the pace was there, but the times were saying otherwise. 5th place for now wasn't a bad start for them.
Two stages down, what's your story, Jody?
Not having a good day today, Paul. I forgot to turn that switch on. You know the talent switch. Yeah. No, we're not feeling it today, mate. So
you've only had 2 stages, so now's the time to turn the talent switch on.
Yeah, but I think we've lost a lot of time already, so we'll see.
And it's a cautious start for Mark Griffiths and Will Rogers on Mark's first visit to these stages. And things were going well. 6th place for now and just 5 seconds behind Bocott.
Mark, you happy with those two?
Yeah, not too bad. Considering the first time I've done these stages, I've never been down here before, so quite interesting.
Car okay?
Yeah, seems alright, yeah.
What's the plan for the rest of the day then? Now you know the stages, now you know the area.
Just try and increase the speed a little bit.
Nick Dobson and Steve Pugh were struggling a little to get into things after their accident on the Raponian stages earlier in the season. Things were not going bad with 7th overall, of course, but they would be looking to increase the pace in the next stages.
Nick, 2 down, what's the report?
No bother, just the driver. I don't know. I think I've left me. I don't know. Just not quick enough. Just after that big crash on the Raponian, and I think I need to get back into it now. Just to finish, I hope.
Yeah, confidence issue.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. They'll get it back this time, but better stages this afternoon, hopefully.
A long time out of the car meant it was a steady start for Gareth Edwards and Dylan Andrew, but they get to the end of stage 2 in 8th place, and we're starting to catch cars in the longer stages too.
Gareth, you happy with those two?
Yeah, really good. It's been a bit rusty on the first stage, so it's been a while since I've been in a car, and caught a car on the second stage, but no time lost really, so good.
Well, if you're catching cars, it's going quite well usually.
That's the plan, so we'll see how many more we can catch. Cheers, thank you.
John Ballinger and Mike Wilding were looking for a clean run this weekend with no mistakes. A cautious start to the first stage when the conditions proved to be a little more slippy than expected, but they reached the end in 9th place.
We're good. How are you after 2 stages?
Yeah, very interesting. A bit slick, the first one was. Yeah. We got out to the car at the end of it and had a wander around because I thought I got a flat tyre, to be honest. But the second one was better. But, struggling with a bit of backache at the moment. So.
And rounding out the top 10 at this stage will be Thomas Lloyd and Sharon Roberts. A good start to the class battle with the lead in the B10 class, which was exactly what the pair needed to take away from this weekend.
How's things gone? 2 stages in?
Hopefully good. Need maximum points on this one, so no other way than flat out.
So big push then?
Big push, yeah. I don't know where we are so far, so...
In some of the class places then outside the top 10, it will be 11th overall for Gino Cook and Ryan Jones, putting them in the lead of the N3 class. Their only problem being dust inside the car from the filler used to repair it after their crash on a previous event. Jake Scannell and Adrian Stevens lead the way in the H3 class and will be looking at a finish here after their non-finish in Somerset, going well for now in 12th overall. Happier with their seeding this weekend and of course the pace, Paul Street and Jim Goodman reached the end of stage 2 in 14th overall and with 2nd as well in the H3 class. It would be an overall place so that they share at this stage with Rhys Yates and Phil Hall. They end the second stage on an identical time, but their class battle was in B10, where they lie 2nd behind Thomas Lloyd up in 10th. David Dobson and Phil Sandham were suffering a little with understeer on the right-handers and pulling left under braking. Not ideal on these stages with such big drops, but they keep it going and end the morning first in the H2 class. James Hutchings and James Hood have a good start to the day. Luck not always being on their side this season, but for now it will be 3rd in the B10 class and hopefully they could remain there or even improve on that. Barry Jordan and James Grattan-Smith once again lead the way in the H1 class. The Avenger unrivaled in that class and providing Barry and the spectators with plenty of smiles. Tim Phelps and Elwin Manuel were finding the stages slippery. Dropping the tyre pressure helped a little with the grip, and the feeling in the car was okay. They lie 2nd in the B12 class at this stage. Just 4 seconds behind Phelps on the overall results were Jason Gardner and Graham Cox. The pair not challenging for the same class, but for them, it will be 2nd in the H2 class for now. Tony Simpson and Ian Bevan were not having the best of starts. Time out of the car and slippery conditions meant the feeling just wasn't there. They end the morning 2nd in the N3 class in 22nd overall. And for Sean Edwards and Paul Williams, it will be 23rd overall. 3rd in the H3 class as well, a little cautious after their accident last time out. So at the end of 2 stages, the results look like this. Dave Weston and Ewan Thorburn look set for a close battle, whilst the Silver Star sees plenty of drama and some new faces in the top of the results. On to the next few stages and a drive north to the forests of Penlyn. Change at the top of the results now, but not with the lead. Dave Weston and Kirsty Riddick still lead the way there, but they now have a healthy 21-second advantage in that place, no longer sharing it with Thorburn.
Dave leading this rally after a very close start.
Yeah, it's. I preferred that last two stages there. They weren't as loose as the ones in the morning, but it's still a fair way to the end. So we'll keep doing what we're doing.
Given the leaderboard so far here and your result last time out in Somerset, you are on fire at the moment with this car.
Yeah, but it can change at any point. So we'll keep doing what we're doing.
The reason for the change, or at least a good proportion of it, would be a puncture for Ewan Thorburn and Richard Cook in the second stage of this loop. Losing the pair some time, they remain in second place, but now a little way behind the rally leaders.
Is that hat trick, is it slipping away?
Yeah, I'd say so. We got a puncture in the first stage after service, so it dropped us about 23 to David. So yeah, 2 stages to go. It's a big ask, but we'll push and see what we can do.
It's a big ask, but you've had a few of them before and you've come good.
Yeah, that's it. Obviously, second pass through Garthanale again this afternoon, so it could be quite a bit rough. So yeah, we'll have a good push and see what we can do.
There wouldn't though be any change in third place for Hugh Hunter and Andy Marchbank, although the pair were disappointed to also pick up a puncture in this loop and ruin what could have been a good fighting time.
Hugh Hunter smiling more than he was this morning. How's it gone?
So the first one was okay after service, and then we had a puncture in the long one, rear puncture about halfway through, so we lost obviously quite a lot of time. It was a shame really, because it seemed to be going quite well, so it'd be nice to have got a little bit of an idea of where we were come the end of the stage, but we'll go into these last two now, have a bit of a go again, and let's see if we can get things going a bit better.
Nothing to lose except for bumpers.
Well, no, just get home now to the pub.
Jamie Anderson and John Scott have a great run over these 2 stages to move up the results and into 4th now. This year, really a learning season, but the times were clearly there when everything came together.
How are you doing with the pace out there?
Yeah, we're doing all right. We had a good last stage to come out and see. Obviously, we had 10 taken hours by Western. Where he's getting the time from, we'll never know. But
you're getting quicker and quicker.
Yeah, slowly we're getting quicker. The pace that's there now is far faster than what we ever expected it was going to be. We thought it would be a bit easier from the group end, but it seems to be pushing even harder. So.
Charlie Payne and Paul Spooner would also be moving the right way up the results, ending this loop in 5th place, just 14 seconds behind Anderson. The confidence only taking a couple of stages to come back after their Somerset accident.
Charlie, how are you settling in?
A lot better now, yeah. It's going a lot better, yeah.
You've got 2 stages left to go. What's the plan?
Keep it right side up.
I think it was right side up last time. It was just off the road.
It went wrong way around, went down. So no, right side up and just go. Yeah, now get a bit more confidence back in us, and then we're right. Yeah.
Sadly for Luke Francis and John Roberts, there would be a little drop down the overall results. A few small electrical problems in this loop of stages would need to be looked at in service, but for now they remain in the B13 class lead in 6th overall.
Luke, are you happy?
Yeah, over the moon to be here, to be honest. We had a few issues, electrical issues in those 2 stages with the car cutting out and the flat shift not working, so yeah, over the moon to be it's still in the top 10 to be honest.
You've had quite a lot of that recently, haven't you? Bits and pieces going wrong and just having to battle through.
Yeah, just niggly bits really that we just need the laptop to sort about, hopefully in service. So.
Or a World Rally car.
Yeah, or a World Rally car.
Stephen Petch and Ian Windress were locked in a battle around the second half of the top 10. Only a handful of seconds separating them from Francis ahead and those behind. So a push will be needed in the final 2 stages. For now, it will be 7th overall.
Stephen, how's it going? You're posting 8th or 9th on the leaderboard?
Yeah, something like that. It's very close. There's a batch of us pretty close together at the minute. I enjoyed them last 2 stages, bit faster, bit smoother. I'm still spending too much time sideways, though. That's the problem. It's slowing us down a bit.
That close battle would also involve Carl and Guy Simmons. 8th place for now, with just 1 lucky moment in stage 3 to give the pair a bit of a scare. They lie just 9 seconds behind Petch now.
Carl, you a bit happier?
Yeah, steady away this afternoon. Lucky a lucky moment in the one after service. I cut a bank that I shouldn't have cut, and there was something hard in there. Thankfully, we didn't have a puncture; it all stayed up. But yeah, just no heroics really. Just get it to the end really, because I'm not that familiar with these stages, if I'm honest. I've not been here for many years, so yeah, just keep plodding away and try and get to the end and enjoy the job.
And Dylan Davies and Leon Williams continued their best run of the season so far, remaining in 9th on the leaderboard and 2nd in the B13 class. They just need to keep it steady to the finish now.
Dylan, how's it going? This Dirt 3 looking Subaru.
Yeah, it's going quite good. We're just in the top 10 now. I think we're 10th, so I'm happy with that. It's the best we've done all year.
It's a good result, and it is consistency winning out, isn't it?
Yeah. Hopefully it'll pay off.
Your championship's looking quite healthy at the minute.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised really, because we've had a year and a half out of rallying, so yeah, I'm happy enough for that.
And it would still be 10th for Matthew Robinson and Kim Baker. No problems out on the stages. Matthew's only complaint today was being made about having porridge for breakfast.
I think we're going all right. We haven't done anything stupid, or we're going to finish the day off like that.
You promised me you wouldn't do anything stupid this morning. I didn't believe you.
Yeah, I did. I had she made me have what was it? Porridge. She made me have porridge for my breakfast. What kind of breakfast? That's when you're going rallying.
No change for Wayne Sisson and Neil Shanks as they remain 3rd in the B13 class, lying just outside the top 10 in 11th place. And no change either in the Group N class as Pat Naylor and Ian Lawrence continue to lead the way there. But the fight was as close as always, with only 4 seconds of a lead in that class. Their lead would now be over Paul Davey and Roger Allen, the pair managing a climb up to that position in these stages and well now within sights of a class victory. But of course, this is the BTRDA. It wouldn't be that simple, as previous 2nd in class Aaron McClure and Elliot Edmondson unfortunately dropped down to 3rd. But there was only 1 second between them and Davey. Only 5 seconds in the top 3 N4 class runners going into the final stages. We see change at the top of the Silver Star as we lose Jamie Dukes and Dave Williams. A broken wheel in stage 4, putting an end to their hopes of a win this weekend. So that means, of course, a new leader. And it will be a move up to the top spot for Yayan Rowlands and Emir Hall, gaining back the time from the morning's little incident. And now with an 18-second advantage.
No, we had a much better 2-stage there now. Pushed very, very hard on the 3rd stage there now. I think we were 9th or 10th quickest, very surprisingly. But we had a puncture, as lots of other people had on the last stage there now. It was very rough towards the end, so we lost a bit of time there. But we're trying to call ourselves back now, see where we are. Then a big push on the last 2, can't do anything else.
A great comeback from earlier problems wouldn't be limited to one Rowlands, as John and Glenn Latham also do their best to repair the car in service and return some good pace. They weld the car back up and managed to keep hold of that 2nd position.
John, you managed to get it all welded up then?
Yeah, we borrowed the welder off the lads there at work, and we welded it up, and he held. But it's a bit solid now because there's a kink in the shocker, but we're still here, trying to battle on, so good. Another 2 stages to go now.
That really is clubman rallying, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll all have a crack now this afternoon and see how it goes.
Boyd Kershaw and Brian Hull, meanwhile, were increasing the pace over these stages, but the only trouble with that is that they were catching the car ahead. A broken light and a pebble-dashed windscreen were casualties of the increased pace, but they remained 3rd overall and 2nd in that B11 class.
Boyd, I hear you've been having fun.
Yeah, we.
Not here to have fun.
Yeah, no, we have been. It's been great actually. More fun than most of the time we're out here. But we caught the car on the last stage and smashed the lights and almost smashed the windscreen. So that wasn't fun. Yeah, that wasn't fun. But apart from that, it's been good.
With the pace getting better now, it will be 4th place for Jody Bocott and David Millard. They were happier that things were going right now, and with just 15 seconds to Kershaw ahead, there was a chance of a podium this weekend.
Jody, have you found the talent switch?
Just about, I think. I think it's half on now, yeah. So we had a better run on those last 2, to be fair.
If we don't play that first interview, it looked like I was being rude then, didn't it?
No, I think you need to play the first interview.
Mark Griffiths and Will Rogers were not getting any hopes up of a better result. Happy with 5th place at this stage, they were just going to carry on at a comfortable pace and get to the finish.
How have things been going, Mark?
Yeah, not too bad, Paul. Yeah, the last two stages were better than the first two, so hopefully carry on.
We've got a bit of a flow now.
Yeah, get a finish.
Gareth Edwards and Dylan Andrew were clearly having a good run here at the 4th round. A long time out of the car seem to be in the past now as they settle in well, lying in 6th overall. No change for Nick Dobson and Steve Pugh now over these stages. They remain in 7th, but the feeling was coming back a little now, getting more confident on the stages as the rally went on. The question is, was it too late? A similar story for John Ballinger and Mike Wilden as they get the feeling back in the car and start to go a little better on the middle loop of stages. Still 8th place overall for the pair at this stage. And Paul Street and Jim Goodman have a good pair of stages and move up from 14th overall to 9th, which also means a move into the H3 class lead at this stage of the rally. Street's move into 9th means there's a slip down to 2nd in the H3 class for Jake Scannell and Adrian Stevens over these stages. There wasn't any reason for this, just an untidy pair of stages. They lie in 10th place, just 5 seconds behind our new class leaders. Thomas Lloyd and Sharon Roberts slipped down a place overall in these stages, dropping a little time, but the lead in the B10 class was safe for now at least, but only just. Gino Cook and Ryan Jones remaining in the lead of the N3 class at this stage. Things going well for the pair as they hold a comfortable lead in that class. And Rhys Yates and Phil Hall will be moving up the results and setting some good times. They end this loop with 2nd in the B10 class behind Thomas Lloyd, and things were close, just 2 seconds going into the final stages. No change in the H2 class leaders. David Dobson and Phil Sandham still hold on to that place. They would have wanted to be a little higher up on the overall results, of course, but they were still going well this weekend. And no change for Barry Jordan and James Grattan-Smith. They still lead the way in the H1 class, lying in 16th overall. Tim Phelps and Elwyn Manuel continued their good run to lie in 17th on the leaderboard and continuing to hold on to that 2nd place in the B12 class. Tony Simpson and Ian Bevan improved their overall position as they move up from 22nd to 18th on the leaderboard, but there wouldn't be any change in the class, still 2nd in N3 at this stage. Jason Gardner and Graham Cox remain 2nd in the H2 class. No change in that place for the Escort pair going into the final stages of the day. There would be change though in a few of the lower class places now, as Andrew Robinson and Kevin Wilson step in to take 3rd in the H3 class after we lose Sean Edwards. And it will be 3rd in the B10 class at this stage for Philip Clark and Stanley Graham, taking that place from James Hutchins, who drops just behind them into 4th when they break a drive shaft in the 4th stage of the day. Unfortunately for Kevin and Mike Pugh, it will be the end of their rally here right in front of our cameras. A puncture on the Stilo causing them to go off the road and get stuck in a ditch. So with just 2 stages remaining here at the Plains Rally, the results look like this. Dave Weston looks set to take victory, a convincing performance so far, as long as he has a clean run through the final stages. And the Rowlands brothers dominate in the Silver Star on their home event. Onto the final stages then here at the Plains Rally, and a look at how the results looked by the end of the day. Sadly for Tony Simpson and Ian Bevan, it will be a slip down the results again to finish the day in 25th overall. The only blessing will be keeping 2nd in the N3 class. Tim Phelps and Elwyn Manuel get themselves to the finish in 22nd overall, and finishing the day as well with 2nd in the B12 class. Philip Clark and Stanley Graham managed to keep hold of that 3rd in the B10 class that they gained in the previous loop of stages. A great class finish for the pair this weekend. And James Hutchings and James Hood get back on the pace in the final stages here at the Plains, moving up to take 2nd in the B10 class. A good finish after briefly dropping from the top spots in that class. No change for Andrew Robinson and Kevin Wilson in these stages. They hold on to that 3rd in the H3 class to the end. They finish the event in 16th on our leaderboard. Jason Gardner and Graham Cox take 15th overall at the end of the rally, also taking 2nd in the H2 class away with them this weekend. Barry Jordan and James Grattan-Smith have a good run to end the event, with the H1 class win, taking 13th overall as well in the Avenger. It's the class win for Gino Cook and Ryan Jones. They get to the end of the rally with the N3 class lead that they'd held all day. A good return after their accident last time out. David Dobson and Phil Sandham gain a few places overall in the final stages of the day. They move up the results, but of course, there's no advance on the class lead in H2. Paul Street and Jim Goodman have a good, clean run this weekend to end the day, rounding out the top 10 and taking second in the H3 class in that escort. Sadly, we would lose Thomas Lloyd and Sharon Roberts from the results. They stop in stage 6. This, of course, though, good news for Rhys Yates and Phil Hall. They pass the Peugeot in the stage and inherit the B10 class win in the process, as well as a good finish of 9th overall for the Fiesta pair. Jake Scannell and Adrian Stevens have a better run on the final stages of the day, cleaning up the lines a little and moving back up the leaderboard, taking 8th, as well as the H3 class win. A great return after 4 years away for Gareth Edwards and Dylan Andrew. Sadly, a puncture in the final stages lost them a little time, but with no budget for new tyres, it was a great result to come away with, 7th for the pair at round 4. John Ballinger and Mike Wilding continued their steady run to reach the end of the event in 6th. A good finish, and they bring the car home in one piece. With the confidence back, it will be 5th place for Nick Dobson and Steve Pugh. A much better afternoon for the pair and a good result to come away with this weekend. Sadly though, we lose Jody Bocott and David Millard. An accident in stage 6 will be the end for the pair, leaving the car in a bit of a mess. But the crew were okay, which of course is the main thing. Mark Griffiths and Will Rogers come away with 3rd in the B11 class in that bright green Escort, and 4th overall this weekend as well. A good result for Mark's first visit to these North Wales stages, and he will surely be back next year after a result like this. Boyd Kershaw and Brian Hull get some much needed points, returning to the podium again after their non-finish last time out in Somerset. The pair taking 3rd on the leaderboard and 2nd in the B11 class. John Rowlands and Glenn Latham's makeshift repairs to the car hold out, and despite a bent suspension strut, they managed to get their car home with 2nd in the Silver Star, taking the B11 class victory too. So that does mean that it's a victory for Ian Rowlands and Emir Hall. Their mistake on the 2nd stage only damaging the bodywork, but the result was safe. They take victory by 43 seconds. So just before we chat to the winners of the Silver Star here at the Plains Rally, let's remind ourselves of those final results in the category.
Yeah, and Emir, what a fantastic result today, and a good one for the family as well.
Yeah, 1 and 2 has been fantastic. Even though we had a problem on the 2nd stage this morning, just silly mistake from me. Clipped the inside of the hairpin, went slowly over, lost quite a bit of time there. And then we had a puncture then in Bala, trying to catch up because we lost quite a bit of time up then. But since then we've been pushing as hard as we can, and it's paid off. It's been a good end to the rally.
By all rules, Emir, it should have been a very stressful day for you. It probably was to begin with, but it's turned out pretty well.
It's turned out very well, yeah. It's no stress really. There's I think all the paperwork fell on his side. He just chucked it in my lap. I chucked it in the bag. Specky's got us over, and off we went.
Sometimes that is rallying, isn't it?
Yeah, just unlucky, one of those things. But yeah, good day.
Well done, guys. Fantastic result.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, just like last year, the Silver Star is a bit of a family affair. The Rowlands making it 2 cars on the podium. The 3rd car, though, is not Matthew Robinson. No, he's got a Fiesta now. Boyd Kershaw, Brian Hull back where they belong. And let's see a big fight continue throughout this year for the Silver Star. Right now, though, the Gold Star is next.
Onto the Gold Star then, and sadly we'd lose Peter Stevenson and Alex Lee when they stopped on the final stage of the day. So frustrating for them. It will be all change in the Group N battle as Paul Davey and Roger Allen lose out on their 2nd place in that class, finishing the event with 3rd in the class and 14th overall. They were beaten to 2nd in the class by Aaron McClure and Elliot Edmondson, the pair on a big push in the final stage, but unfortunately an accident blocks the stage up ahead, meaning that they are stopped by the marshals. There was no way of knowing if the result could have been any different.
Okay, stop.
But that means that it's a class win here for Pat Naylor and Ian Lawrence. They managed to hold on to that lead since the mistake by Tom Norton at the start of the rally, taking away that good finish that they so badly needed here at round 4. Wayne Sisson and Neil Shanks get themselves just inside the top 10 at the end of the event. No change though in the class as they remain third in that B13 battle. And just ahead of them in that class battle, and indeed on the overall leaderboard, were Dylan Davies and Leon Williams, the pair's best result of the season so far, and one that will do wonders for their already pretty good looking championship standing. Sadly, we would lose Carl and Guy Simmons in the final stages, another casualty of these North Wales stages, freeing up though a place for Matthew Robinson and Kim Baker in the Fiesta. 8th overall on their debut in the BTRDA with 4-wheel drive, and with the next round in Kielder, and Robinson having plenty of experience there, albeit in an Escort, he would be one to watch. Luke Francis and John Roberts don't quite manage as high a position as they started the day with, but they do reach the finish with 7th overall, taking the B13 class victory. Overall points were good, but the class points were of course important. Charlie Payne and Paul Spooner make it to the finish with no problems, taking 6th place, getting back on the pace as the day went on. Next time out, they would surely be right there from the start. Now the confidence was back. As expected, Stephen Petch and Ian Windress in a fantastic WD-40 liveried Fiesta turn up the pace and the heat in the afternoon stages, managing to get themselves up to 5th by the end of the rally. A good finish, but once again they will be left wondering if it could have been higher had they been less cautious on the opening stages of the day. Jamie Anderson and John Scott get to grips with the car again in the second half of the day. 4th overall for the pair, and only 14 seconds off the podium places. If they could keep that pace into the next round, then a podium may be theirs. Despite a few problems, it would be a podium finish for Hugh Hunter and Andy Marchbank. The pair needed this result so badly, and although 3rd could always be improved on, they would surely have taken this result had you offered it to them at the start. And sadly, after the puncture earlier in the day, there will be nothing more that Ewan Thorburn and Richard Cook could do to stay in the fight. They have to settle for 2nd place and no repeat victory on the event this year. If they needed any more encouragement to do the remaining rounds of the championship though, surely this was it. So that means that Dave Weston and Kirsty Riddick come away from round 4 with the victory this weekend. A great result, and one that strengthens, of course, their lead in the championship going into the second half of the season. So before we chat to the winners here at the Plains, here's a reminder of the final results.
Dave, Kirsty, your pace is just without question at the minute. First Somerset and now here at the Plains, just leading all the way.
Yeah, we had a good day. Stages were really good and everything went well with the car as usual, so happy enough with today's result.
Kirsty, at this point people start to think about points for the championship. Well, you guys are doing all you can.
Yeah, we're racking up the maximum scores now, and that's a good start. We've still got another 2 or 3 rounds to go, so I think we'll still be leading, so that's a good way to carry that on.
I think that's a very good way, but against such tough competition as well, people who know these stages so well, and you haven't been here very often.
No, it's been a while since I've been down here as well, so no, I really enjoyed my day, and we'll see you in the next round.
4 rounds, you've won 2 of them, it's going well. Well done, guys.
So as we've already said, this result this weekend extends Dave Weston's lead at the top of the points table. Stephen Petch moving up to 2nd, and Dylan Davies' strong result keeping him well in there. Matthew Robinson's great results in the Escort so far means that he has enough Gold Star points already for this weekend to move him into the top 5.
So our 2013 champion Ewan Thorburn showed the pace, showed the performance that got him that championship victory here today on the Plains Rally in Welshpool. But it is Dave Weston and Kirsty Riddick that come out on top. Ewan Thorburn doesn't get his hat-trick of wins, but he does get a hat-trick on the podium. I think that's a pretty good record. I don't know about you, but I'm so looking forward to Kill the Forest. Up next is the Carlisle stages in the BTRDA Rally Championship, and we'll see you then. Thanks for watching Special Stage.
Five right plus in and 6 right continues over 10.